Welcome back to Foregone Trails. My name's Tyler, and it is time. What's it time for? Well, if you remember a few videos back, we took the tub off of this frame, and it's time to get that tub back in this garage. I'm filming this a couple days after, so hopefully I'll be able to splice all this together and you can kind of maybe just use this as a voiceover. We'll see. I needed to get as much weight out of this tub as possible because I do need to flip it over. It was a little heavy pulling it out. If you'll remember, I did hit the windshield frame on the garage. It was just, it was a lot. And so to lighten it up, I went ahead, I took both the seats out, took both the front seats out, the rear seat. That lightened a lot of things up, took the windshield frame off, the wing windows out.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
I'm gonna work and go ahead and try to get this windshield frame off. Now to do that, it's really easy. You'll see these 3 bolts up here, up across the top. Now, where people get hung up and they don't realize, and since there's no dash on this, it's really easy to show, is that right here, there's another bolt on each side that needs to get taken out. So if you're really wondering how to get a windshield frame off of these old Jeepsters and you're a little confused on why it's not moving, look for those 2 bolts under the dash. Tech tip for today. And so with all of that removed, that really lightened this thing up. Granted, now with it lightened up, I'm also having to flip this thing over. And so when it came to getting this thing done, I needed all hands on deck. And so I wasn't able to actually have someone film this. So what I did instead, I hooked this GoPro up on the back of the tub. And so hopefully you enjoy us unloading the tub from the trailer and getting this thing flipped over. It only took a few minutes. And so we'll show you what that looks like, and then I'll show you what I'm planning to do with this tub and why it's important for me to flip it upside down. All right, you guys, so lift up your backs. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, up, and then go. Okay, down. Go. This okay. Okay, so I had to flip the tub over so that I can do a little bit of rust control. So as you can see here, this is what the underside is looking like. Nice and nasty, a little bit of surface rust. These are where I did some patch panels on the driver and passenger side. Got all the bottom of the rocker cut out here. Now that you've seen the bottom of the tub, hopefully that gives you an idea of why I needed to get this thing flipped over. I need to repair a lot of different rust, patch some things up, get it painted. You know, the tub's already off, and so I really want to make this thing look nice to finish off putting this thing all back together. The other thing, I'm not sure if I showed in any of the videos or not, I did go ahead and get this frame completely painted up and treated, sanded this whole thing down. I didn't really film any of it, but you know, I think this is starting to look really good. You can see, if I zoom out here, we got both the tub and the frame in here. The yellow Jeep gets to live in the driveway for a little bit until we get that finished. So this is going to be all here. That's another reason I want the bottom of this tub to look really nice, is what's going on this really nice frame. I want it to really look good and look complete, finished, all those wonderful things. And so that is why I'm going a little bit extra, getting this thing flipped over and doing all of this work on it. Now, the other piece is having it in the garage. You can see this thing's kind of caked with layers of dirt here. And so I don't have a super efficient way to just run a hose in here and rinse all this out. I probably should have done this while it was on the trailer, but it got a little complicated, difficult to reach. And so I'll show you what my secret formula has been to get this thing really cleaned up. Here it is. This is the secret formula for getting a bottom of a tub clean with no outside help. So I've used some just industrial degreaser. I've actually just put that in just a spray bottle I have. 5-gallon bucket full of water and some additional degreaser. And then I found that this worked really, really well. Just a regular old paint scraper. So if we come over here, you can see if I got this wet, and even dry, it just works really well. So I've just been taking this, getting this nice and scraped off. So you can see now it's a lot cleaner. All this dirt getting kind of scraped off and removed. Here, we'll show close up. Got that there. Ta-da. Now, once you hit it with a little bit of degreaser, a soapy rag, wipe it all down really good, dry it back off, you end up with a product that looks kind of like this. And so it still looks a little bit rough. I need to take some mineral spirits and really finish cleaning it off. But you can see, compared to what it was before, that really there's hardly any dirt and grime left on it. And so that's worked really well for me. And then just all that excess dust, I've been using this trusty shop vac here. Phase 1, scrape this sucker down. With most of the loose dry dirt knocked off, let's go ahead and hit the shop vac. With the loose dirt all sucked up, I'll take my bucket full of degreaser and a wet rag, go ahead and get this soaked down and try to get the rest of this off of this tub here. Okay, now with it all soaked down, I'm gonna go ahead and just dry it up, get as much of this gunk off as I can since I don't have a way to rinse it, and let that air dry, and hopefully that'll give me at least a decent starting point. I still will have to do some degreasing, do some mineral spirits, get stuff cleaned off, but I've also got to do a lot of sanding, get some of this rough paint off. So really I just want most of the big, nasty, dirty disgustingness cleaned up, so that way I'm not working in my total filth the entire time, just a little bit of filth. But there we go. Final product. Look how much cleaner that looks compared to something that was just completely covered in dirt and grime and nastiness. So hopefully the next time you see the bottom of this tub, it's going to be painted, it's going to be clean, it's going to be ready to go back on that frame. That frame. There, that one, the big one. Now, if you want me to document more of this rust repair, I think it's super boring and I don't really enjoy it at all. But if you want me to document any of it, let me know. I will do my best to show you what I'm doing, the process, what that's looking like, what I'm going to be coating the bottom of it, all those things. But if you aren't interested, you know,
Then you.
that's all right too. But if you are interested, make sure to make a comment, because if not, I probably won't document or film a lot of this process. And until next time, thanks for watching.